state building.
Thumbs up in the studio?
Let's do it.
For 21 Pilots? Let's go! Round of applause, man. Dude, Tyler and Josh, how you guys been, man? It's been a minute, but I mean, still, you guys know how to crank out hit music. Grammy Award winners.
Oh, man.
Yeah, all that stuff. You're not going to disappoint with Clancy, are you?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, I knew it. I felt that was going to be the
No,
answer.
listen, it's gonna be awesome. I'm excited. I think there's nothing quite like releasing music. I feel like a lot of people don't really get to experience that exact feeling
Yes.
of working on something for a year and then having people that care about what it is when it comes out. It's a really cool feeling that day that you press go. Oh man, there's nothing like it.
We kind of do understand and know that this story, what Clancy is, it's all about being in the trench. It's been a story that you guys have put together for about 10 years.
Yeah, so I'll give a quick brief on what it is. So the name of the record's called Clancy,
Yep.
and it's actually that's the protagonist of the story we've been telling. Yeah, the kind of like the
Opposite
hero.
of Blurryface.
Yeah, so Blurryface is kind of the bad guy. He's the antagonist, but they've been at it for a while, and we're gonna have the final battle here later after the record. So,
Has this always been a part of what this storyline was? Did you know this at the very beginning? When we go back to the days of Trench, when we go back to the days of those albums, how cool does it feel to know that was where it started?
yeah,
and that's
I mean,
where we're kind of at now.
the story we've been telling definitely the main bullet points has been that way for over a decade. Now we have added some flavor and some zigs and zags, really reacting to our fans and how they've kind of like made this story their own too. So there has been some reaction from us on telling that story because we've just been inspired by them taking it and making it their own. But
I mean, the creativity, man, insane. I mean, that's bonkers. For you all as brothers to be on the same wavelength, to be on the same page with this, what does that mean to you all?
Well, we realized when we started working on music that it's not just making music. There's so many creative decisions that happen inside of that. What colors what's your album cover gonna be? What font do you use? I mean, at every turn there's a creative decision that can be made, and I feel like you as a fan you can kind of become aware when someone just maybe phones in an idea or phones in let's just do the music video like that, or let's just pick the album cover to be that, or let's just make the the font of or the header of our socials to be that.
There is no Comic Sans that goes down with 21 Pilots and all.
As you just realize there's so many areas where you can try to tie it all in rather than just it seeming like fractured decisions creatively. In this story that we've been telling for over a decade now, it was always kind of a home base for all creative decisions. Well, what would happen? Why would we pick this font? Or why would we pick this color? What does this color represent? And what color should we use? Even all the way down to the live show when the lights are going. Yeah. We have a color palette for each song because it kind of ties back to what the song is saying. And so you realize when you set the groundwork for some sort of story or a narrative that courses through all of the music, you get to actually utilize that at every turn in what we're doing. So
this is what makes him so dope, Crystal. For real. Oh man.
And we were talking about how now you worked on your second collab with your wife.
Yeah.
New baby out. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I feel like on that journey of being a parent to a second kid and just what you have going on in your own relationships, besides the band, it really obviously has a lot to do with what you guys are doing creatively with your music.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I don't know. I guess I always thought that, I don't know. I think my dad became uncool when he became a dad.
Oh, wow.
Aww.
Did you say that, Josh? I mean,
when you were born?
Has Pops been uncool, or has he always been a cool dad?
Yeah, I think I'm not a dad yet, but
but I mean,
seeing
what about your dad?
My dad? Yeah, I mean, probably. I think that's. I don't want to. That's probably just what happens to anyone.
That's how it is. You just start to just give them random crap for Father's Day. There is a moment in time, so I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, so I guess I've always wondered, I'm a dad now. Can I be doing this?
Yes,
still?
you can.
All right, cool.
Yeah. It's
all I
So when you question yourself like that, I mean, you're still doing what you love. That's ultimately what's most important for your kids to see while you're in it,
but just because you love doing it doesn't mean it doesn't suck.
Or that your kids are gonna think you're cool.
Yeah, I will say my oldest, Rosie, she's 4. She's starting to understand a little bit about wait a second, that's your voice on that song, and she's starting to realize she's started to realize what we do. But up until now, because she was born in 2020, and we weren't touring then, so everything's shut down, right? And so I was able to lock in, establish a connection with this kid, real early on because we weren't touring.
Yeah.
We couldn't go anywhere. And so now things getting picked back up. It's really cool to watch her, realize. I said, Rosie, where am I going? She's like, you're going to do another music video? I'm like, well, I'm doing a show, but like, yeah, she always thinks I'm doing a music video.
Well, because you guys are doing so many music videos. I mean, that's part of why we had
Yeah.
to bounce back and push back the day of the album a little bit, because you guys are telling these stories visually as well. And you, Josh, had the chance with Backslide to make your directorial debut, dude. Did you pick out the colors of the red tires? Was that a thing on the bike? All that stuff.
My dad actually did.
Hey, there you go.
Let's go back. Our dads are super cool.
He's been thinking about the dad thing ever since we.
I felt bad as soon as you asked that
Wait,
question.
how did that happen?
No, my dad didn't.
Oh, wow.
No, I did. Yeah.
But directing that video, dude. First off, the song, it slaps. I mean, it's quintessential what you guys do. I mean, the beat is sick. Did you feel like you had to do something because there wasn't you banging away at the drums in the background? Let me dive in as a director.
Well, yeah, that was part of it. I felt like a very sincere performance from Tyler. I think felt like it was gonna do the song justice.
Yeah.
And so I think that there is, when you think about it's a deep song.
Very much so.
And so the idea, I pitched it to Tyler. We both felt a little bit concerned that when you just say the idea out loud, it feels like maybe a little bit too lighthearted for the song.
Mm-hmm.
So just trying to make sure that it doesn't come across lighthearted was fun.
Yeah.
And a little bit challenging, but yeah, I mean, I love that song, and
You got to be stoked at the way that it turned out.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I asked him, I was like, hey, would you ever want to direct another music video? And he just said, nah, I'm all right.
I'm good.
Not if I don't have to.
If
What,
I'll
so
do
the
it.
pressure was just a lot, or what do you think?
Yeah, I don't really know what it's like I do feel like, because we've been on set with professional directors and
Yes.
stuff, and everyone's like, oh, let's put the 35 on, and and it's like,
That's
I don't
lingo
know
that you-
really about all the lenses and stuff, but we did have, there's people that we work with that are great with kind of the cinematography and being able to kind of like, it's fun to kind of share the vision and then have some people help you to kind of bring it to life.
That's
as
what I was saying.
well.
That's what you have the team that you trust to be able to do it. And
Totally.
plus, I mean, well, one of the things that does, kind of come to light when you are a director is budgeting and having to, figure out how much we're going to spend on the bike,
Well,
how
that was
many
the other
loaves
thing.
of bread are we going to buy?
Yeah,
Are we
and-
going for
and,
a green
I-
egg grill instead of a Coleman?
Yeah. and that was a thing, to be conscious of too. I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I think we
Oh, we know that.
view ourselves
OH!
I know, relatively thrifty. So there were shots that were kind of made to look like he's riding where he wasn't. And
Yeah.
I went into a wood shop with my brother, and we built this like little wooden rig for the bike to sit on,
Hell
so that
yeah.
he could pedal without going anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So
Get
it's like that was
crafty.
that was made at for
Yeah,
$30.
You're letting them know all their
I
secrets.
know you give
man.
the secrets away, but
A
I'm
little-
gonna,
little-
Tyler, I'm gonna keep it real though, bro. You were riding that bike without no hands, very flawlessly for it not to be on a rig.
Yeah, but it was yeah. I mean, I can do it for real.
And
now
there
you
were
got
real-
skills,
listen,
bro.
There
Yeah.
were real shots of him riding, and we just won't tell you which ones.
Okay.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
with those budgets though, the reason why I ask that is because I mean bills stack up. So what if I brought up the idea of us here at Z100, the fact that we're giving people the chance to pay, we're gonna pay their bills. You know what I mean? What were some of those bills that stacked up that you as a director were thinking like, man, oh man, besides going out and being thrifty with the rig, like was there 50 loaves of bread that you didn't want to pay for?
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly some of the gear,
Yeah.
rigging up a camera to the back of a pickup truck so it looks really steady, like that's expensive.
Yeah.
And it's just like, so all right, if we want to get some really cool shots, of him riding the bike, that might outweigh something else. So we, paid, building stuff, and then paid a friend to build a prop. It's like,
Let's not give away too many more secrets. Yeah, let's leave it there and just let everybody know that when you're rocking with us in 21 Pilots, we're helping pay bills here on Z100. Right?
Right.
That's all. The bills stack up for everybody,
And
even
for
Grammy
you,
Award
with
winners.
Baby Number 2, what about Dead Life? Something that you just did not think was going to be that expensive.
Well, a lot of times your ideas for a music video, you can only use this thing once. And so we actually have stuff at our parents' house and at our house that's like, oh yeah, that's from that music video, or oh yeah, that's from that music video.
Yeah.
So you don't really like, oh, we gotta build this rig so that like it's a platform that can be on the roof, but but we need the drums to be straight instead of pitched like the roof. So what do we do with all this wood when we're done? We're like, I don't know what to do with this wood.
Play place in the yard.
Exactly.
Right,
So there's a lot of stuff
what
you
it
only
could
use
be.
once, and it kind of feels like a waste, but there's really no other application for it. So.
As we inch closer to the release of this album, how excited are you, to share, I don't know, maybe just these new sounds, these new random ideas, these new 2024 things that you may have picked up along the line with not only this album, but as the tour starts to happen across the globe before you guys, set sail?
Yeah, Josh and I were just talking about how when we write music, so the process is you write it, then you record it, then you mix it, and then you master it. Those 4 things.
Got it.
And sometimes you inside of that journey you have to convince yourself, no, this is good.
Yes.
Because that's plenty of time for you to doubt yourself. Plenty of time for you to be like, this doesn't feel like it's good. And so you almost have to like rely on a gut instinct at the very beginning of the writing portion, and you have to hang on to that inspiration and that sureness of yourself for all the other steps up until you release it. And then along that way, it's interesting, after you mix it, which is the 3rd step, you get to the 4th step, which is mastering it, which is where you get all the levels to work well with all the other songs on the record. And you only really need to listen to, a little bit of a master before you make a note, like, hey, I think it's maybe not loud enough or whatever.
Okay.
So technically, because I never listened all the way through my mastered songs, I've actually never heard the record.
Holy crap.
So
You're gonna put it out? You haven't even heard it?
no, obviously I have, but not end to end, right?
End to end.
But what it does though is it leaves room for when you talk to me about songs, I immediately go to the live show, and I don't know why I can't do it, because that's where we're living with the song every day.
And you guys are living on a level, for anybody who's seen the show, you guys are living on a level 12 out of 5.
Yeah.
Like, you guys take it there, dude.
So when you ask
really
about like
appreciate it.
releasing music, like what are you excited about? I'm excited to play shows. I'm excited to have those new songs to fit into a set list in a way that we may never have had that flavor before, or never been able to transition from that style song to that BPM or whatever. And a lot of details that go into building a set list and having additional songs to be able to build that out is what's exciting.
Goosebumps, dude.
So juice that you're playing tonight and you're giving so much love to the tri-state. Why is New York City so special for you guys to play?
My manager said to do it.
You have to. You're forced.
Fair enough. Yeah, makes sense.
It's the pizza. It's the
And
pizza.
the water and the pizza.
Dude, hell yeah. Just uber proud of all that you guys have done. The fans have been day ones, and just this theatrical journey that you take us, on, not only with the previous albums to here, but the live shows, to the drumming on top of the crowd. The people who have been there with you all have been
Literally held us up.
literally holding you up.
Yeah.
To the fans, what it is, we put a button on this convo, what do they mean to you all?
They're really everything.
Yeah.
I think, I guess we like to think that we would still be making music even if people didn't really come to shows. But
I don't know about that, dude.
Keep it like real.
hey, come on, we really love it. And we love it so much.
I'd be a realtor. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I have to
You'll
fall
go in a
back on some
suit?
of those basketball skills.
Yeah.
I can play overseas right
I'd be
now.
a realtor, man. I don't know about
He's
that.
selling houses.
We would not be making music if it weren't if
If it weren't for them. So
yeah, that's the bottom line.
Talking about faces on bus stops.
Yeah, I mean-
there it is.
but it it started as a like the first time we hung out, it was just like we had these conversations that felt a little bit vulnerable because we were like, I want to this or this, our dreams that we wanted to accomplish musically, and we believed it, but didn't know what the the reality of that happening actually would be. And so to sit here today and look back at the past 12, 13 years, it's pretty cool.
here's what I'll say. I'll say there's a lot of people who try this and fail.
Yeah.
And they have a lot to say about what they learned in the process. And they probably learned a lot very quickly. Because this has worked for us and because we were lucky enough to make this our career. It's taken us longer to learn that lesson, which is how hard it is to be doing this.
For sure.
It's taken us 10 years to look back and go, wow, we thread a needle. how did this happen for us? And so that's where we are at in our career, where we're just like, I can't believe this is what we get to do for a living.
And man, to learn from those mistakes, to backslide and not want to backslide and make some of those, but to learn from them, to be in the place that you're at right
There
now.
you
There's
go.
a reason why you guys are here.
Look at you.
it.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
pro. He's
I know.
tying in song lyrics to the.
Yeah.
I'm with you, man. We're family, dude, and we
Yeah.
just really appreciate you guys sitting your butts in these chairs, taking the time out, and we say it every time with anyone who steps through here, and we genuinely mean it, man. It's an open door policy. Y'all
Thank you.
are welcome any damn time.
Thank you.
For real,
Appreciate
for real.
it.
All right.
So if I got some houses to sell, I can come on down. And,
Yeah, come on down.
Yeah.
fling
I'm looking
some
for something in
houses.
New Albany if you could set me up.
Yeah, there you
know,
go.
Get in the Gahanna area.
That's right, there you
know
go.
what I mean? Let's get it. All
There
right.
you go.
21 Pilots in the building, man.
Thank
Give
you.
a round of applause.
From the top of the Empire State Building.
Z100.